We just got a bunch of information for the future to come for Nintendo. New consoles, new things, new leaks and rumors about Ocarina of Time. It definitely really is interesting to take a look at. So, Nintendo made another cryptic post that has definitely riled up the internet and made it seem like Ocarina of Time isn't exactly what we thought it originally was. Now, of course, this is just based off of speculation. Right now, we have no idea what Nintendo is doing. Are they going to be giving us a 40th anniversary direct? Are they not going to be giving us something like that? Overall, it is definitely really interesting to take a look at. First off, if we were to take a look at this is a post that he made about a couple weeks before we got the Zelda 40th anniversary sort of Nintendo Switch 2 leaked. Now, if we look at this right here, you can see 008 40Z BGG. Now, honestly, what does this mean? Well, it turns out that the 008 was the serial number for the Pro Controller, the 40Z was Zelda's 40th, and then you had BGG, which is going to be black, gold, and green, which are the colors for the Nintendo Switch, and also the Pro Controller itself. So obviously, he knows what he's talking about here, and it's definitely really cool. If we were to take a look at this, which he posted about yesterday, it says Level Very Zelda, OTO. Now, what does this mean? Well, there's been a lot of speculation, and it seems like there's two sides. There's a two-side split during this entire discussion. The first one being, this is going to be a one-to-one remake, because OTO could be 1-to-1, because obviously that's the O and the T and the O. Honestly, I could definitely see this happening, but I also could see something completely different happening. It kind of depends how you look at it, because if it is going to be a one-to-one, well, we've already sort of seen a one-to-one remake before, with Star Fox, pretty much got a one-to-one remake with an addition to a bonus mode. And pretty much if you looked at every other remaster this year, it seems like they're mostly one-to-ones, just updated designed textures. The most recent one was the Lord of the Rings game that just got a remaster that was pretty much that's it. But overall, that is definitely really interesting. Now, the other way I could see it is something completely brand new. Like, the OTO could stand for a number of different things. Like, OTO could be, one time open. I have no idea, but it could mean something different because from everything that we've seen so far, it looks like Nintendo is planning to do Ocarina of Time, something that we've never seen before. And I'm honestly saying this, something that we've never seen before would be so truly special for the 40th anniversary. If you're going to take one of the best Legend of Zelda games ever released, still the 99% on Metacritic, the best game ever, you'll realize that maybe for the 40th anniversary, not everyone wants a one-to-one remake. If I wanted a one-to-one remake, I'd be going to play the original game, either the 64 or the 3DS. So that's one of the things that would make me believe that it's going to be something different, because Nintendo could push the agenda for essentially Ocarina of Time. This could be showing us why we should be getting a Nintendo Switch 2. If it's a one-to-one remake, there's multiple people that have already done this before. The same thing, if you look at YouTube, you go Unreal Engine Ocarina of Time remake, you'll realize that this exact concept has already been done. So if Nintendo wanted to sell Nintendo Switch 2s, which they probably do, because with a price increase and things like that, if you're not going to be jumping on to getting yourself a Switch 2 right now before the price increases, Nintendo is probably going to have to sell you on why this game should be graced on, or why this game you should actually get this game, whatever the case may be. So obviously, don't you think that makes sense for it to be sort of an actual remake? I definitely see that. Also, there's been a lot of talks about Link's hand. So if you looked at the trailer, you'll realize the Triforce of Courage is glowing, right? Does he actually have the Triforce of Courage? Or does he not have it, and it shows that he has like the essence of the hero? This could definitely be like an either or situation. To me, I think that he actually has the Triforce of Courage. Like I said in multiple different videos, I think that it's going to be a remake, which it's going to take essentially the original Ocarina of Time game, so the 3D version, and also the original one. And when Link goes back in time, like to relive his childhood, things sort of go differently. So instead of warning the princess, maybe he forgets that, and then he goes through the entire story, but things are different, because if you play around with time, it's not going to end up too well. Things are definitely going to change for you, so this is definitely how I could see the story be played out. So maybe we're going to be seeing that. Maybe we are going to be seeing a brand new temple in Ganon's castle or whatever. Maybe we are going to be seeing the light temple. That's something that everyone is really excited to see if we actually are going to be getting, because another temple in Ocarina of Time would be cool. Originally you were supposed to get, I believe, the light medallion or something from there, which would have been an unlock the path forward for Ocarina of Time, but I guess we're going to have to see what exactly happens here. Overall, I think that, you know, whatever happens with Ocarina of Time, it's probably going to be good. It's probably going to be a good game. And honestly, I could definitely see it being something completely different than just a one-to-one. Because, like I said, if Nintendo wants to sell Switch 2s, don't you think they would sell them by releasing something brand new? If it's a game that people already played, because so far, I don't know if you noticed, but the Switch 2 games haven't really been the most impressive things. It feels like I've already played half of these games. Like, for example, Kirby Air Riders is a game that essentially I already played if you played Air Ride, because they pretty much took Air Ride and added some bonus content with this game. It pretty much is that game plus like extra stuff, but it still is essentially the same concept. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but with an open world and less tracks for some reason. You have Donkey Kong Bonanza, I guess that's an exception. That's a really cool game. But besides that, you've probably seen it too. Nintendo Switch 2 games feel a lot like you've already played them. Same thing goes with the Switch 2 editions. That's one of the biggest things that you'd notice, and you're like, I've already played this before. What the heck is going on here? Overall, I definitely find this to be really interesting. Another thing that I wanted to mention, I mentioned it yesterday, but without a voiceover, it turns out that we are going to be getting 2 brand new Nintendo Switch 2 units. One for $550 and one for $530 after the price increase. So that is going to be Mario Kart World. Nintendo Switch 2 is making a return. So like they said, this is going to be a limited time discount or whatever. Turns out that they're bringing this back for the price increase. So $550, you are going to be getting the Mario Kart World Nintendo Switch 2, which is definitely really cool. You're also going to be getting the sort of Wii Sports Resort, or should I say Nintendo Switch 2 Sports Resort game with that for $530. So I guess that's a reasonable deal if you want to get yourself that. But honestly, I would highly suggest just buy yourself a Nintendo Switch 2 now if you want one. Then you're essentially going to be saving $80. Then you can go out and get yourself whatever game you want after that. Do you want to buy a physical copy or any game of that sort? Do you want to have, I don't know, Zelda or whatever the case may be? It would be up to you if you pick that game. So I would highly recommend, that's just my opinion, to pick up a Switch 2 now. But hey, it's completely up to you. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Consider it that like button. Maybe subscribing if you're new. We do a bunch of different Nintendo content on this channel. Anyways, thank you so much. See you in the next one.